live stream's gonna start. All right, hey guys, are we live? Okay, I know, Colin. I'm just trying to make, so a subject, a little subject with the chat and stuff. You're peacing out, and of course, Spazzy comes at the last minute.
Wait, what are we doing? I was just talking to my girlfriend about Wawas.
Oh, we're doing a live stream right now.
Oh, are we? Wawa, the gas station so good that people get sandwiches from it.
Oh.
Look, Wawa is one of the more underrated parts of New Jersey.
And like most things from New Jersey, it's slowly infected to South Florida.
Hey, that's interesting. Might have to check them out along with the Jersey subs. Funnily enough, I have.
I did. My girlfriend's pointing at me and said, "You said that we were going to go to the movies," and I said, "I did say that." And then some jerks from Source Gaming were like, "Let's do a live stream."
Hey, I thought we agreed to it.
No, we agreed to many things. I don't know. Are we actually live streaming?
Yes, we are.
In fact, live.
Yes, we are live. Yes.
All right.
So this is actually about Spaz. I didn't give you the Google Doc. I made a whole separate Google Doc for this, so you can check that in the super secret DMs we have. Totally top secret.
All very fancy and exciting.
It's all right, guys. I've known the final roster for like 3 months now. We all have. Every YouTuber has a list. I mean, why are we even pretending?
Well, yeah, I guess because of all the theories that are going on. And
I was being sarcastic.
I know.
I was being sardonic. I was being something, man. I don't know. This is a very tiring Smash cycle, though. I'm very excited for it to end.
Same.
We know there's like some amount left, but we all coming into this knew that there weren't going to be many characters. And while I'm excited about whatever Spirits is, and certainly I'm excited about whichever, newcomers are actually left, yeah, we've hit near the end, and
yeah, it's pretty much we're on borrowed time right now for the base roster, at least.
Well, that's
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, and we talked about this in the video, the last rumor mill video. Which have we?
So basically, I was actually going to make a couple get into the main thing. So, should I go through them right now, and then we'll get into the formal topic?
Yeah. But look, guys, we recorded a rumor mill video
Volume 4. Volume 4. Yeah. So basically, yes, we've recorded a Volume Smash Ultimate discussion series that will be weekend. So we decided not to tack this onto the discussion because it just gets super long. So why not have a live stream about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
One thing I just wanted to mention, and to kind of get around that weird sense of ennui we have right now, is that the problem is basically that we have two main sides, which is the box theory, which I think all of us on here are pretty confident in, and the everything else. And
the thing is, I think we'll get into blog theory a little bit later too, which I think, and they don't even necessarily 100% conflict, but. Well, I don't know. Let's get into it. Yeah, box theory versus everything else. Go.
So before we get into the main topics, I also have for all the viewers to follow along, so that way they can easily see what we're talking about. It's in the link and it's in the description below. It clearly says info sheet, but for your guys' convenience, I'll post it in the chat as well. And wait, shit, not the YouTube redirect stuff.
we'll get to card theory. Manuel. It's honestly, I'm not a big fan of card theory. It's something that in some ways supports box theory, but yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, definitely. So just to kind of give some people time to look through the Google Docs and stuff, because there is a lot to cover. Not as much as the ultimate like Rumor Mill Volume 4 discussion, but there was some pretty unique stuff to come out today. So along with the blog theory, which we haven't really talked about yet.
So yeah, let's just get to it, I guess.
Yep.
So yeah, let's start with card theory. So the thing about card theory is that it's kind of like an extension of box theory. You wanna take us through it, Wolfman?
So basically, everyone, there should be a picture in the doc for this. But basically, there was on the back of an amiibo, which I believe was a NES amiibo that was reprinted. They have an ad for Smash Brothers Ultimate, and they've got 5 rows of 12 characters each in the exact order that they show up on the blog. So, Samus is followed by Dark Samus, who's followed by Yoshi, who's followed by Kirby. There's a 6th one on the bottom, though, that's only 7. And that is Ryu, Cloud, Corrin, Bayonetta, Inkling, Ridley, Simon, Richter, King K. Rool, and Isabelle. The same way, again, they're on the site. There's 2 blank spaces, though, one to the left of Ryu and one to the right of Isabelle. The assumption is that if it follows in line with box theory, which I think a lot of us assume so, then it would just be pushed to the side by Ken, and Isabelle would be followed up by Incineroar. But the thing is that this is also honestly a very nice design. Like, this is about as even as you could make this kind of like collection of characters, which means that it feels like ultimately all it really means is just this is the nicest way we organize these characters.
Yeah, well, here's the deal, because I see people saying box theory and card theory is the same. Essentially, what it is this is the DLC card for Japan. For if you buy the game, pre-order not the DLC card. If you buy the digital game on a card, this is a card that you get. As you can see, it shows all of the characters and it leaves 2 spots, just like how the box theory leaves 2 spots. Next to one of them would be Ryu, which is next to Ken, or Ryu and Ken would go there, and then the new character would go next to Isabelle. Personally, I agree with Wolfman in that if you were going to take the current characters that are revealed and just put them on something, this is the prettiest way to make it look. The thing about box theory, it's not that there's 2 spots. The reason that box theory is interesting is because of the way it's split up, and the only way that the way that it's split up makes sense is if the other side of the box went all the way down and then had one Echo in the last group, which would be Ken. That's actually what makes box theory interesting, in my opinion, is that it wasn't random. It was very like planned out exactly how that was. It had to be separated a certain way. But anyway, sorry.
Right, exactly. Box theory had a huge, the box for Smash Brothers, the special edition, was very structured and articulate in how it was designed. I mean, you could clearly tell there was a concise pattern, like you said, Spazzy. This one, on the other hand, again, might look nice. It's just the fact that, Ryu has an open spot next to him, and then Isabelle has an open spot next to him, which made a lot of people kind of wonder, this could hint at, the box theory, giving more credibility to the box theory. And I could see that, considering, it could be, not a coincidence, but in my opinion, I think that it's most likely just artistic direction to make things a lot more in line with symmetry, essentially. And I mean, plus 2, if you were going to add Ken, if you look at the echoes that are included with the other fighters, they're on the right side of their base characters. The echoes.
But I mean, wouldn't in a final version of this they just push Ryu to the left?
Right. That's what I put in the Google Doc too. That could be an alternative position as well. So we really don't know. I mean, it could go either way. But it's.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Big Bang Theory. You guys. Sorry, go on.
I mean, like I said, this is basically the version of the 3D box theory. This is the 2D version of the box theory.
Yeah, but the thing is, if if box theory didn't exist, this is how I like to put it, and this just came out, I would say, this doesn't really mean anything. It's interesting that it's basically laid out the same way the box would for box theory. So in some way it lends more credence to it. But on its own, it's not that interesting. I mean, it is nice to see that, once again, that it's a really even number to split it up that way, if that is what we end up with.
Yes, Smash Brothers design has never really gone for symmetry. I mean, you got the 3DS version updated and added with DLC. That had that annoying gap.
yeah, and that's the thing with all of these theories. First of all, like, we can simplify everything. It's not, box theory isn't just their slots. It's just like saying blog theory is just we have a certain amount of days and this average of characters. Both theories, obviously, there's more that goes into it. Anything can happen. I think, like I said, let's not talk too much more about box theory because we've talked about it a ton. This is interesting because it lends a little bit more credence to box theory, but at the same time, that's just how I would lay that out. If you told me to lay out something that included all the characters that we've seen already, that's kind of the way to do it. Yeah. Especially because it's done in number order, in order of introduction. And those two slots on the bottom, it kind of lines up to what we talk about with box theory, and it definitely has the space there. But also, just like, if you're looking at Melee or something, you center the bottom row,
Exactly. Yeah, if you even look at the E3 character selection screen for the demo, all the characters are in a Melee style shape. I think some of the columns are like in the middle. I actually have to look that up real quick. Because I remember specifically the E3 demo with Ridley, not just the veterans and Inkling. They were structured in a similar way to, I think, the Melee. Yep, they were structured in a similar way to the Melee CSS. So
I mean, that's true. Somebody said, why wouldn't they just put 7 rows of 10? I mean, that's also true. They've definitely left those extra spots, so that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be an interesting point towards it.
I mean, the counterpoint is maybe they wanted 3 rows above and 3 rows below the banner there.
Nah, I'm just gonna call all this fake because it's a Photoshop little Mac. Just
that Ness amiibo is clearly fake. That is clearly modified Lucas amiibo. Anyways,
it's a modified Sans amiibo. Get it right, Spazzy.
Just check something because I'm certain that.
Oh man, we got Wolfman researching. He's on it.
Because this is something that. Oh no, never mind.
Hey chat, did you guys see the Into the Spider-Verse trailer today? How great was that? I'm just saying, it's really good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to it though.
I'm probably superhero shows, so no.
I'm probably gonna watch Venom, and then I'll get to see the trailer on the big screen. Venom early reviews. The embargo hasn't lifted, but the buzz that I've been hearing is comparisons to the Halle Berry Catwoman. So that is God, not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do rescind my not watching the superhero for the really bad one. So.
I don't know, man. But the new Thor is great. Nick Cage is Spider-Man Noir. How can you not be into that? Nick Cage is a noir version of Spider-Man. He has a trench coat and a fedora, but he's Spider-Man. Anyways, guys, back to Smash Brothers. I'm actually pretty excited for the new Smash. Obviously, I'm really excited to find out what Spirit Mode is. What are spirits? We haven't seen trophies yet. Are trophies replaced by spirits? Inquiring minds want you to really think on that one. I don't know.
We also no mention of All-Star Mode.
Yeah.
No stage builder. No break the targets. Like, there's so much we don't know. We're so keyed in on characters and then a little bit stages that we don't even care about anything else. And that's what's really getting me hyped for this game. But anyway,
If like the next direct opens with Incineroar and Ken, and it's just like, oh, you thought these guys were cool? Well, whatever. We're gonna have way more like modes than you actually thought you would want.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? If I wasn't looking at any theories at all, I would say that I would probably expect 2 newcomers and 2 echoes. Like that just seems like the number to me. But see, yeah, exactly. But you know what? That's the thing. Like, if you see something like, some of we're like, let's get into it. I think we're going to talk a little bit about blog theory because it's something that we always kind of gloss over, and I know there's a lot of people that are proponents for it. And regardless of anything, I do think that they're doing a good service, and I'll talk about that a little bit for the Smash speculative community. But yeah, some people will look at that and say, well, there's 6 characters, 8 characters, whatever. Some people say box theory only has 2. And regardless of if either of them are true, if neither of them are true, I think we really need to keep in mind that just because you don't want something doesn't mean it's not going to be true. And just because something looks good doesn't mean it will be true. Like, there's a lot of confirmation bias that gets in, and it goes both ways. Like, just keep an open mind and try to think that, hey, things might not if it released right now with the content we had, I'd be happy because we have a ton. So hopefully we do get more than just those 2. But if we just get those 2, I mean, I'm personally fine. I'm actually kind of hyped for Ken, to be honest with you, because he was always my main in Street Fighter. I always preferred him to Ryu.
Yeah, historically, he's valuable just on the merits of being the first Echo fighter.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And plus, too, I'm partially a Ryu main, so I just want an alternative playstyle. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I think Ken's going to be somebody that would Ken, Shadow, Sora, and Incineroar. I see that. I do think if we get another Echo after Ken, Shadow would be it.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think if Incineroar is in fact the character, and if there was another one, a third party would make sense. But I'm also all on that just 103 stages bandwagon, and I think that we talk about it in our rumor roundup, which hasn't been released yet. But I think that once again, these are my opinions. I think. But that the Korokoro 100 and it was 108, right? So for an extra 5 stages. I don't buy that because Korokoro has done a lot of typos before. They've missed Pokemon names. And it's weird to me that a kids magazine would have that info, and if you're not super into Smash and you're just typing an article up and somebody gives you a piece of paper and it says 103, I could totally see somebody be like, that says 108 and typing it up. I would love it. I think that's actually probably my biggest disappointment in this game. Not characters, is that, and we're getting a ton of awesome stages, but I would like more new stages. Sorry if I'm a little rambly there, guys.
I would also say that there's definitely a lot of games that argue definitely deserve stages. Like I think Pokemon Sun and Moon, ARMS, maybe Fire Emblem Fates. Like there's definitely a few that I think have been really nice to see.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's also that Minecraft content that's being ruined, and it could potentially be a stage.
Oh, for sure. I actually think I wouldn't mind any character really. Like Steve, I'm not a proponent of, but hey, if he's in the game, he's in the game. But I kind of think Minecraft would be best represented with a stage because it's kind of about the environment and the building and stuff. The thing about the 108 stages is that seriously, like I've known people in major publications that do that thing because we're obsessed with all of the minutia of Smash Brothers. Because I'm seeing somebody say 108 stages. But if you don't really care about Smash Brothers and you just work at Korokoro and you kind of think Smash is cool, and especially if you're just looking at a thing with a bunch of facts and trying to type it up, it's not like you accidentally hit. What I'm saying is it's not like you accidentally hit 8 instead of 3. It's that you accidentally read 8 instead of 3.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
I'll be honest, the only reason why I'd be disappointed if the 108 stages thing is false is because it would line up on the stage select screen, -1.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it would look so clean. I would just be foaming from the mouth like they finally did it. They finally have a good stage select screen.
Yeah, it's so close, and I don't think DLC... I think DLC would be another tab. So if we don't get those 5 stages, that's going to look ugly forever. Just those 5.
oh, yeah, definitely. Unless you count mods, but I don't know. Who knows where they'll go with that.
Yeah, but you know what? I said stage builder. We could have stage builder there. We could have a DLC button. So there's a couple things.
That'd be cool if you could create your own stage select portraits for your custom stages.
Yeah.
Like your own slots. That'd be awesome. But
that would be cool. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I'd like to see. I'll say this, and I think all of us have said this. I really don't think there are any returning stages until DLC comes. 100%. Like,
oh yeah, no, I totally am. I think you actually did maybe a write up or just a list. And to be honest, like, there's only a couple that, like, I think a lot of them may have just not been selected because of that kind of pure 100 number, or more likely because a lot of them couldn't be used for 8-player Smash. Like, I think. What is it? Yoshi's Woolly World had a lot of issues with 8-player Smash.
Yeah, I think each of the stages that were deconfirmed, essentially, if you believe the stage total, I think those are going to stay out even if they do DLC. And the reason why is because of the issues you highlighted, Wolfman. But, I mean, like, for example, right, like, Planet Zevis is very similar to Brinstar. And then you also have Mushroom Kingdom from Melee. That's very similar to Mushroom Kingdom from.
yeah.
The only one that I could see making a return is Pokefloats, because that's like the only unique stage, really unique stage that doesn't have any columns with it, like with 8-player Smash, that could potentially run in Ultimate. So like,
yeah, Polar Bear said we should be able to have a setup for our favorite stages. I'm like, yeah, if I could just have like 20 stages on there for like favorites,
that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Like stage striking? Ooh,
yeah.
That'd be
awesome.
awesome.
You mean like Splashdown, but with stages?
Ooh.
That would also be really... Yeah, there's so much cool stuff you can do with that. You know what I would love is a redesigned Pac Maze, because, you know, we have like Flat Zone 2, you have Pac Maze 2, and that way you get like a new Pac Maze without the gimmick.
Yeah, it'd be based on a Miss Pac-Man, almost. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, McGavin says Woolly World. I think Woolly World, I've read, it might be an issue with 8-player Smash because it's actually a really intensive stage, resource intensive. And I know everyone's all like, how can that be resource intensive? But it has real-time terrain deformation from when you walk on it, which is really stupid. But it's you know, a difficult thing for a processor to do, so I could see it.
Don't forget about stage
orbital
morph.
assault. Oh yeah, and stage
Yeah.
morph. Orbital stage morph is why I think Jungle Hijinks is gone.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, yeah, let's get through the list, and then we can just, you know, talk a little bit more. Like I said, we're going to touch briefly on blog theory. I say briefly for a couple reasons. Number one, because it's been explained in a million other places. We have the two guys. What are their names?
One of their username is named Duck.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be a jerk. I was actually in the Mimikyu's Discord, and I was talking to one of them a little while ago, but I'm terrible with names sometimes. New Wabi Sabi and Duck Meat 13 are the guys that kind of crunched all the numbers for this. It kind of got off the ground from a Relax video. And Game brought them, and if you want to know more about blog theory, I suggest you go see that particular video, because they lay it out really well.
I, to be honest, don't fully understand it, but it makes my head.
There's a lot of math, so I respect the heck out of it. And it's not even because it, like I said, a lot of people like put it at odds with box theory, but it's actually a pretty fluid projection, because that's what it really is. It's basically just getting the average number that we have seen of character trailers on the website, and forecasting that out towards release and seeing how many basically open slots there are from there. I think that, like I said before, I think that no matter what, if real or fake or whatever, that what's interesting about it and what's useful about it in the future, that no matter, it could be proven completely wrong, but at the end of the day, these people have collected so much data about how the blog was done and how when things came out and this and that, and took such tracked it so well that I feel like there's going to be a lot of data to go over later. So
I mean, there's definitely interesting data.
Don't go the way of Push, Dustin. I hate you, Martin.
Hey, he went to the promised land. I don't want you to go there.
Yeah.
But okay, go back to what you're talking about.
No, I know. That's fine. I mean, like that's, if you want more details and you can see all how they mathed it out, you can go look at that stuff, watch the Game Explain video. But yeah, Wolfman, it's basically saying, hey, we've had an average of 3 character trailers since launch. If it continues out till December 7th, this is how many characters. It'll be anywhere between, I think actually last week might have gotten us down to anywhere, but they say probably 4 to 6. My issues with this is with any theory that has this many moving parts, relies on a couple of assumptions and can be changed and can be negated because we don't know Sakurai's intent. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're assuming that Sakurai. Yeah.
So, yeah, like he literally stated that he just said, well, maybe I did too mmany characters at once. We're gonna slow that down.
Right. There's no way of knowing how it was planned out, because I think the one thing I think blog theory 100% proves is that the blog's been planned out for a very long time, and it's not like every day they pick something new. They know exactly what they're going to do. But the thing is that the trends can be different. Like, we had 2 characters last week. If we continue to have 2 characters for the next couple weeks, it throws everything out and kind of lowers the projected number. Also, I really don't think that we need a character on the blog every day until release. And that's just me, because I feel if, let's say they have a big blowout direct on November 10th, why do they need to keep showing, they'll show stuff on the blog, but why do they need to keep showing those character videos? You know, there's no, it could speed up, it could slow down. Sakurai could have planned it, well, you know, after this big reveal of Isabel, and we're going to have a little while, I'm going to slow down the character reveals. I think he definitely planned to have a certain amount of characters at a certain time, but I'm just not convinced by it right now. If you are, that's fine.
If I'm going to be very honest, the Smash Direct was very, very a lot of content, mainly on the character side, so I can understand Sakurai's perspective. Maybe he's thinking that they put too much in the Smash Brothers Direct and they should have saved some for later near the game's release, maybe?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, blog theory and box theory can both be right and both be wrong. The difference, I'll say, with box theory is that it only relies on one thing. It's either wrong or right. there's no gradation. It could easily be wrong, but like literally, the only thing is either that box is a mock-up done in a weird way by a graphic designer, because I don't know why you would do that, but which is possible though. What always makes it suspicious in my mind is the way it was split up is really weird if you're just a random graphic designer, because you literally left room for Ken on the other side. Yeah. But it's possible. That is 100% possible. But with box theory, it's either a graphic designer decided to do it that way, or somebody has the final version of the box and they're just censoring it until for release. Like, so it's like very binary. It's very, well, either it's right or it's wrong. Blog theory can be right, and it still wouldn't tell us the number of characters because we don't know exactly when it'll end or how things will change. Like the blog theory guys will even tell you it's fluid, you know, because it's a projection, you know, right. And that's the thing with the projection. You can never like 100% tell. Right, and blog theory even accounts for accounts for just 2 characters. Like I said, it's possible that they could both even be right. But anyway, sorry.
Right, the thing with blog theory is that it's nothing more than approximation. It's not definitive. Mathematics as a whole is all about approximations, and in this case, it applies to the blog theory. So it's not saying that every week we're going to have 3 characters. It's saying approximately we're going to have 3 characters, the average overall.
Yeah, they said that sometimes there's been 2, but it's been brought up by the fact that there's been 4 as well. But we don't know if that'll maintain consistently or not. And I just want to say real quick in regards to both of these theories, really speculation in general, and I think I touched upon this before, is if you think the facts really line up for blog theory, go ahead and believe it. If you really think that box theory is right, you can believe that too. I would not really believe anything until it's definitive, but I would say that I personally believe box theory more than blog theory. I don't 100% believe anything. But either way, no matter what it is that you believe, don't believe it because it's the outcome that you want. Like, don't discount box theory because you don't want to, and don't just go for full hog into blog theory because you think it's going to get you 6 to 8, which right now even blog theory is saying is probably not what we're going to get. So that's all. Sorry.
I was just going to say, as we have repeatedly said, hope for the best, brace for the worst. But like, confirmation bias is one of all of the things that plague the Smash community. Confirmation bias is that it's probably one of the more.
Yeah, I see what Bell said, and that's true. Like, he's saying that Ken could have, maybe it was supposed to be released earlier. There's a million factors when it comes to that. But like I said, just I don't know. I've seen some people get really angry on just all sorts of things with Smash speculation for a long time. At the end of the day, it's a video game that we all love, and that's why we love talking about it. And that's why we're so passionate about it, because we love it. But don't, it's still just a video game. We're just talking about characters in a video game. So don't get,
Right.
And also,
don't get mad.
That include Ridley. Like, I think we do at some point need to step back and just realize how good we got it just from the start.
K. Rool and Ridley
with every single veteran back. Like, don't forget that.
Yeah.
This
and Gex is guaranteed for DLC. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the Square Enix character that Virgin has been hinting at. I don't have any insider info, but I mean, pretty sure that's Gex.
Nah, I'm thinking it's gonna be Paul McCartney.
I'm thinking it's going to be just a copy of the Secret of Mana SNES cart, and then the final Smash will be mocking you for the fact that you'll never get to play the original again.
Yeah, anyways, so that was it. We just wanted to touch upon it because we never really talk about blog theory, and I feel like some people are like, why are you so anti-blog theory? We're like, no, we're not. We just never really got around to talking about it.
I'm gonna be honest. In that rumor mill or in that rumor mill podcast that will be coming out, I think Spazzy, you and I were, to put it mildly, dismissive of the concept.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. To be fair, we were so tired, and that video went on forever. Sometimes with these, I don't know if you notice this, but we ramble sometimes. And Martin edits down 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's stupid.
I even restructure a lot of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, we just get like that sometimes. But yeah, to be fair, for as far as you go, Wolfman, you didn't even know what the blog theory was, so you're like, I don't know. You're like, it sounds fake to me.
You literally just said, "Oh, it's a theory that says there will be 6 to 8 more characters before the game comes out."
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll tell you this: you can believe what you want, but I will put money on there not being 6 to 8 characters left. That. Sakurai straight out said there's not going to be a lot of characters, so and I think that's whatever.
If you're counting Echoes, we've got 9 characters, which is still small, but it's still pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, exactly. I personally my number 1 and number 2 actually were Simon Belmont and Ridley, so I'm cool. But
yeah.
Just to be clear, when we say the 6 to 8 more characters, we mean the 6 to 8 characters in addition to the ones we know about now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot.
So the
actually be more than not even if you discount Echoes, I think that would be more than we got in Melee. If you,
yeah, Melee had 8 newcomers, and 6 clones. Yeah, dude, we really are. Like,
we're
getting a lot of people back too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Let's say that we are only getting 2 more characters. Let's just assume that's a fact for a moment. Spirits mode must be amazing.
yeah,
Because that's got to be the big blowout. Like I said, there's still a lot we don't know, but
like 8-player Smash, that's going to be the big marquee thing for the final direct that we are assuming happens.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Wolfman breaking up, or is that just me?
I think you guys. Maybe you both are breaking up. Like, I don't.
Got him.
I think we killed Wolfman.
No, I'm back.
Okay.
See, and that's the stuff we edit out, guys.
Exactly. So, I guess we can move on to the final topic for this one, and this one's probably the most interesting. I'm gonna put my money on it being of substance. So, you know what? I guess I'll go through this one. Hopefully, I'm not as rambly as I normally am, but probably that won't change. But all right. So basically, actually, you know what, Wolfman, you want to go through this one? I'm a little hesitant at going through this.
Really, because I'm good at doing these efficiently with the cold anger of it. Oh, whatever. So someone named the Rapture _ on Twitter noticed that the Japanese YouTube playlist for the character trailers was updated 2 days ago. Although I can't actually fully get what the same playlist has had a similar low-key update about a week before Isabel was revealed, suggesting that we could be getting a character reveal soon. I don't know if that will be from a direct. Maybe we've heard, about a possible November 1st direct, but maybe it'll be bumped up to early October. But yeah, there's an assumption that this was done just for some clerical work, or this was done to account for a character in the future. Of course, maybe they decided to do it much earlier, so.
Okay, first of all, people in the comments that are saying 10, 10, 18, where are you getting that from? I just want to ask, was
there a rumor we missed, or is that just doing more math because we love math? Smash math!
Smash math! Smashmath.com, playing the Balloons Tower Defense version of Smash.
I looked up 10, 10, 18, and I'm getting a passage from the Bible, guys.
Martin, you're the only one here who isn't Jewish. Can you explain what 10, 10, 18 means?
Yes.
Oh my God!
It's about being made holy through the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ. Please explain it to us.
Well, I mean, the Twitter user who gave us this evidence, so I don't.
Yeah, know. Polar Bear. I think with me, it's my connection as well. I have a better mic, and for the people saying it right now, we are. What was I going to say? I'm sorry. We normally do record our own audio, but we haven't been for the live streams. But that's actually a great point, and I think we will for moving forward, just for edited versions. Because for the live streams, it's not usually that bad, but I know that for the recorded version in particular, it can get pretty bad. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you there.
No, basically what I was going to talk about was asking where people are getting this from besides the Bible. I mean, technically speaking, Source Gaming we perceive ourselves as the Smash Bible, so maybe it's coming from us, but we don't know
whoa, you just put word. That is sacrilege, man. Clearly the Smash Bible is a Smash Bros. Wiki, because that's where all the knowledge comes from, man.
I'm joking. I swear I'm not full of myself.
10, 10, 18, you heard it here, folks. I think that's probably people mathing out how long it was since maybe Isabel was updated until this happens. Yeah. But basically, so you guys know, there's no other video on there. same number of videos on the actual playlist from the Super Smash Brothers YouTube, but it's just been updated, which means that there could very well be, there's a good chance, I'm not saying it's 100% because they might have just been cleaning something up, but there's a good chance that they just added an unlisted video. And if they just added an unlisted video, that means we're probably getting a character reveal next week, I would say.
Yeah, I would, honestly, in my prediction, I would probably say we're going to get something at least next week, in my opinion. I could see a Smash Direct, or the more cynic in me thinks it's going to be a Pokemon Direct with an Incineroar being revealed, but...
Oh, that would actually be really nice. And we kind of could use a Pokemon Direct, I think. I mean, with...
Yeah, there's still a lot of Pokemon questions out there, and with the Pokemon Let's Go games, I think we've seen a lot, but we still haven't seen everything. That's coming right around the corner too. So,
but the funny part is, if Incineroar does get revealed, planned afterward, kind of, I guess you could consider the box theory semi disproven, because they're gonna have more character reveals in a Smash Bros. Direct besides Ken, who is an Echo. So
that would be such a troll move if they're just the last direct is just Ken. But then Spirits Mode would have to be, once again, literally the best thing I've ever played in my life. It
could also just end the way that the 50 Fact Extravaganza ended. Just say, oh yeah, we're also going to be working on DLC after the game comes out.
Yeah, they're like, also if you pre-order now, here's Gino. Whatever.
Julio Morales, I share your vision.
But I guess what's interesting in this is that that would mean that there is a direct coming up, which could reveal character, or it could be a Robin style blog announcement, and I know this seems kind of crazy, but I wouldn't count it out. We could be very close to the final Smash Direct, and I know that seems kind of crazy because it's like 2 months out. But Sakurai was really burned by the ESRB leak, and he made it a point to say that he wanted to show everything before. And then there will be demos that come out. They want the demo to come out a month before. It's going to have all the information. They don't want to have it data mined. They're going to have more promotional material come out. So maybe he does just want to get everything revealed a little bit early. And maybe mid-October, we're going to have the final Smash Direct that tells us everything. And then
at the end of the Direct, it says everything is here.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, yeah, it would just be for the base game. And later on, they could tell us about DLC, because I think DLC is far from a given, but I think we all pretty much wouldn't bet against it. I think we all think that it's probably coming.
It did very well for Nintendo and for Smash, and it was an experiment that I think largely worked. So. Oh,
and by the way, don't forget today is music night. So.
Exciting!
Yeah, we actually recorded last Tuesday night, and when it came up, the Steven's theme was also used, which was very fun.
I'm actually okay with a Fire Emblem character for DLC, because the main lord that everybody seems to like from Three Houses, Egelgard or something like that, I think is a female character, B, does not have blue hair, and C, uses an axe. So pretty different than most of what we have as far as Fire Emblem characters. So I'd be down with it. I mean, there's other characters I'd rather get. Yeah, like Xenoblade. I definitely want Rex and Pyra. I don't know. DLC is a big thing. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that when and if it happens. I'm sure we'll do our own. It won't even be a rumor mill. The three of us will probably just be like, okay, let's talk about DLC and its options. But
we do kind of talk about it in the rumor stuff, kind of.
Well, yeah, because there currently are rumors about possible downloadable content for this game, but
yeah.
Burn that bridge when the time comes.
There's definitely rumors tied to it. I know that with like the Minecraft content and other stuff that Virgin Ben has been saying, they're saying, oh, maybe that's DLC. And I don't think it's too early for them to talk about DLC, because the game's getting really, really close to being gold. So they're just finishing it up, which means that if any DLC is happening, it's probably in the planning stages, because to Sakurai, the game's already over. It's just being, they're not adding any new stuff. They're just fixing things. It's bug fixes at this point. So if there's DLC, it would like in the planning stages, that makes sense, and also negotiations. So, I mean, some of those rumors might be true, but I mean, there's no reason really to think they're true either.
What if, and this is just a big what if, and probably not gonna, but like, what if this game releases with like a Mighty Number 9 style like of bugs in the game?
Yeah.
Like,
oh dear God, you make me think about Mighty Number 9 in correlation to this game.
Hey man, Polar Bear was saying there's some people that think there might not be DLC. It's possible. Sakurai can put like everything he wants into this game, but I've said it before. Sakurai literally said he works on Smash when Nintendo asks him to work on Smash because he enjoys the process of it. Nintendo made money with Smash Wii U DLC, so I think they're going to ask him, and I think he's going to say yes. But nothing's a given till it's till it happens.
It's also worth noting that DLC did give him an opportunity to work with multiple third-party characters, and all 4 newcomers in that process had really interesting and unique movesets.
Yep, agreed.
I think there is something to be said for the fact that like all 4 of those had very organically unique and innovative movesets. And so like there's an option like the DLC process gives him something that, he can't get in the base game. And I think he does really enjoy that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it makes financial sense. I think Sakurai, he seems to be enjoying this a little bit more. I know he looked tired on that last direct, but he's not, I don't think it's like crushing him like Melee or Brawl were exactly.
I think it's better for him in this game because he can actually sets with this game rather than starting from an entirely like new base.
DLC, I'm actually looking more forward to DLC speculation than I am to what's left of this speculation, just because.
It's even weirder.
Yeah, for sure. I like honestly just thinking about it, and we can do a whole discussion on this later. But I feel like DLC has to fall into 3 categories: fan favorites, so whatever your Dixie Kongs, your Banana Waddle Dees. Recent and promotion characters, so you have like your Springmans, your Rex and Pyra, and then your third parties, which are just any random third parties, Erdrick from Dragon's Quest, whoever, so it'll be interesting to see how they approach DLC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I think one piece of DLC that we'll most likely get is costumes this time around. Just because of how the costumes are laid out in this game.
We don't even know if there's Mii costumes. There's so much we don't know about this game.
Yeah, we literally have not seen any of the Mii faces other than the default ones they used for the Smash for 3DS and Wii U artwork. Like, we haven't even gotten confirmation that you can actually use your own Mii.
I know. Even Sakurai said it. Like, what people care about are the characters. That's why he did the Everybody's Here reveal. Right before that, he said that. But there's so much more I also care about that I want to know about. Yeah.
Not Your Waifu 72 asked, can we get DLC of assist trophies? I think our feeling, and admittedly I'm speaking for the 2 of you, is that when it comes to things like assist trophies or Pokemon, Sakurai doesn't really feel like it's as additive to include them after the base game. And it also does lead to an issue of, let's say you're playing with you're someone who's purchased that those assist trophies, and you're playing against someone who hasn't. This is assuming that these would be paid DLC. Then you wouldn't really how would you use that? Like, how would that function?
By the way, if Sora gets in, why wouldn't you have a rock? Somebody said that. I don't think Sora's chances are great. Just because there's a lot of licensing that goes in there, not just with Disney. Yeah. But he's popular, and I honestly feel like if Sakurai really wants somebody, he'll make it work.
I do think it would be difficult with Disney, but because even when it comes to characters they don't really care that much about, they're still.
I would love if DLC did. Recently, I've been on this kick talking to people about how I would love if DLC packaged there. I'm like, no, you get like Studiopolis. Tails as a standalone fighter and Shadow as an Echo. Give me that for $10. Done.
Yeah, that'd be a really good package deal because they really have a base for what they can package as DLC. The Echo Fighter concept is something really refreshing. We haven't seen a lot used. I mean, we obviously had clones in Smash 4 and stuff, but they're making their own separate brand.
I'm telling you, man, trophies are gone. Trophies are done, Slashy. That's my big prediction. I don't know why, but I'm just...
I don't know how people are getting on that kick. Like,
I don't know, man. Because we literally haven't seen them yet, and we usually do by this point in development.
Also, when Sakurai said he had the most of X, like this had the most characters, the most music, did he mention trophies? I'm pretty sure he mentioned trophies, but maybe he didn't.
No, he's never mentioned trophies. I know. Yeah, I guess it sounds steep, but I would pay it because I'm a sucker. They're all like $10 for all that. That sounds steep. I'm like, I'd pay that in a heartbeat, man.
Just to be clear, the DLC character or the third-party DLC characters cost $6. So, actually, yeah, that would mean that you're also buying an Echo for
$4. So okay, maybe $8, and we can throw in an assist trophy because that's what people want.
Yeah.
I want Rex and Pyra, and I want Malos as a Shulk Echo. The order of Shulk Echoes goes Malos, so we can have a cool villain that's important. Dunban, because he'd have a silly Pichu gimmick. Alvis, because he makes sense, but is super boring. I guess technically Zanza, but he's too spoilery. Anyway, sorry about that.
Sakurai has ever cared about that.
Yeah, DLC. Someone brought up Shadow. I know I was just talking about him in that pack, but Shadow is the odd one. If literally all we have is Kennen and Incineroar, I mean, there's a chance that his trophy's still in there and we haven't seen it. But it really feels like that was replaced by the Knuckles one, and to just have him be removed when he, like in Push Justin when he did the he gathered all that Japanese information. I think Shadow was the only one, and I think Shadow on most polls is higher than every other Sonic character, which I don't understand because Tails. But
second most popular character in the whole canon.
Yeah, he kind of is. I mean, I think Tails and Eggman / Robotnik are a little bit more. And I expect Robotnik to be a boss. Music in 10 minutes.
Should we wait it out or just end it before something happens?
Let's wait till the music comes in.
Okay, because I've got this copy of Mega Man 11 right here, man. Right here. And that's going to just really piss my girlfriend off more because she's like, we're going to do something. But Mega Man 11.
We could possibly have Colin stall and talk about the iPhone.
Hey, did you two watch the Good Place premiere?
I did not, and it's because I saw the first 2 seasons, but there's 3 seasons, right? Or no, maybe I missed the back half of the second season. Okay, I think I missed the back half of the second season, so it's on my list.
All I'll say is that there is a a confection. There's like a place. There's like a bread or like donut store or like cart that has the title "I Crumb from a Land Down Under."
That's amazing, dude. That is a well-written show. Somebody was saying something in chat which I wanted to touch upon. So everybody's just talking about, I don't know, Melia is the best girl. That is true. Melia is awesome. Not only because she's voiced by one of the Doctor's companions. Going down, stuff, Shadow. Robotnik, I can't call him Eggman. I'm too old for that. But no, I was going to say, I was talking earlier, and I really want to see a Dr. Wily Eggman team up for Spirits mode. That's like my number one. If that's in the game, then I don't care. They could take half the characters out, and I'd still be happy.
During the Brawl hype, and I was hoping that every franchise would get a boss, I was kind of imagining that there would be a Dr. Eggman, Dr. Wily team up robot.
Come on, like how many opportunities do you have to do that?
Except the twist is that it would also be a Metal Gear.
And it's also a Metal Gear, or at least have Otacon talk about it. And I don't think isn't the current rumor going around from David Hayter himself really that no additional codecs were recorded. That's a little upsetting.
It's disappointing. I think it's good to assume that we won't be getting both a codex and Paladin as guidance, and we may just get the latter, or we may even not get the latter. But once again, hope for best, brace for worse.
Yeah. Also, interestingly, today the Nintendo Power podcast came out, and apparently it was confirmed that, yes, the poltergust that Luigi had in the Castlevania trailer was a hint towards Luigi's Mansion 3, just in case you guys needed confirmation. Even though we didn't, but it's nice to know.
Yeah, that is interesting. Somebody asked how much I thought DLC would be. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they'll do a season pass, and it's going to be a lot.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the Torna Country.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think DLC, when it's all said and done, is going to be probably at least the price of the game itself. I don't know. I can see that.
Probably more than that, because I think Smash Wii U and 3DS's DLC in total like $100, $150.
Right. Well, we don't know if there's going to be costumes or Mii costumes, and I think both of those are. I do hope. I know a lot of people kind of hate the Miis, but I think they're fun, and I really hope that they keep the costumes, because just playing as like the default Mii costumes is a little boring.
I think that having, like, as far as I can tell, they're not doing like customization in the sense of like you can change their height or their weight. They're keeping the custom special moves, but I feel like just doing those will make them a lot easier. So you just kind of have something that's a lot more streamlined.
Man, this would be so much more interesting if we were playing a game.
It would be.
I need to get a capture card, guys, because if I had one, I'd just be playing Mega Man 11 right now while we talked about what happened. Although I can still do that.
I've been really wanting to get back into Prey. It's been a few days.
Why do people hate the Miis? I don't know. Ask everybody else in chat. I love Miis.
I think the reason why is because of the competitive scene. They don't like setting them up, and I'm like, why? I mean, I can understand it's hard to set them up, but don't hate the character itself. You know.
I think part of it, a big part of it's competitive play, but I also think that Miis have always been seen as like the
casual garbage.
There's also the fact that, like, the assumption is that, you know, every character, there's like the assumption about when fans who their favorite characters don't get in, that it's basically like X stole my slot or my favorite.
Yeah, they think Gino could be a Mii costume. If he wasn't a Mii costume, he'd be a character. I'm like, that's not how that works. But and also, I do think a lot of it does come from a little hatred of Miis, just because they represent kind of the more casual part of Nintendo, and also because, like Martin said, they're not using competitive play because they're too variable, and also because a lot of people don't see them. They're like, their avatars are not Nintendo All-Stars. This game is about characters and about Nintendo All-Stars, and they're not characters, but they kind of are characters.
Yeah, I mean, these are one of the biggest icons of Nintendo in the past, 15 years.
I mean, really, Mii characters are kind of like the create your own character in Smash Brothers. So
that.
Right, exactly. Like, I used to mess around with the Miis quite a lot when I first got Smash 3DS, and I used to make, like, you know, Shrek or freaking Iron Man. Like,
listen, my Proto Man Mii is amazing. That's like the Mii gunner. I get to play as Proto Man, and it's pretty sweet. I do think we're going to get a season pass. I don't think it'll be. I'm pretty sure it'll be a little bit more expensive. But then again, I mean, DLC could be DLC as a service. You know what I mean? For all we know, they could go. I doubt that because they can make money off it. But we really don't know.
10 years down the line, Smash Ultimate cloud version.
Smash Ultimater. I would legit pay money to get more Final Fantasy music in Cloud's English voice.
I have a question. Do you think that we will get DLC for things that are not stages or characters or potential costumes? Like, do you think we would get like a new mode?
Well, like, you know what? Like, it doesn't take much. If they're like, hey, break the target maps or more event matches, I would be down for that.
A story mode,
yeah. I love event matches. I think they were best in Melee, but they're good wherever you get them.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see how event matches. I really like the idea brought on by one of the Game Explain crew that maybe they'll have like mini cutscenes in between, but it'd just be hard to implement. So I love like CG cutscenes before an event match just to really spice things up. That'd be awesome.
Let's see. I'm gonna see. Is anybody just constantly refreshing the Smash site to see if?
No, because it's 8:59 and I am a patient man. Actually, check it out.
That is where we differ, my friend.
We And yet, Wolfman says we should check again. It's funny, but yeah, I don't. Usually, it doesn't come out like exactly at 9 o'clock, but
Sheik. I forgot Sheik was the last thing on there.
You gotta check the Asia Pacific one. You gotta check the first one because that's they'll update the Japanese one first, and they increasingly.
I know Colin will get on me for saying this, but I think that there are legit fans of Waluigi. I just feel like they've been kind of swallowed by the meme, unfortunately.
No, there absolutely are fans, like sincere Waluigi fans, but the meme has just gone to such an unbelievable and irritating extreme that by this point, it just feels almost like the whole ground is salted. Like, well, maybe we'll get Waluigi in the next game.
See, fact, Waluigi isn't funny. Like, Waluigi was pretty great in Super Mario Strikers, but I think that's where he peaked. I feel like every time after that, it's not as good.
When one of the best Waluigi appearances is...
Whoa, $100 for DLC. I would actually pay that because, once again, I'm a sucker. I would do that.
It's also...
I don't think we're going to have $100 worth of the DLC. Then again, Final Fantasy 15.
Honestly, just the stages and characters from the Smash for 3DS and Wii U DLC alone probably hit around, hit around over $60.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't give you, because I don't we don't even know if there is going to be DLC. We just kind of assume there is.
We're comfortable assuming that, but yes, it's just an assumption now. And
so now I see a lot of Paul McCartney and Gex. So if you were going to cast the Beatles as failed '90s video game, Bubsy is definitely Ringo. We'll start there, and then let's.
Oh boy!
Here's the thing: Bubsy is gross and sleazy, so he's obviously John.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
No. And meanwhile, Ringo. Actually, you know what? No. You're right. Keep Bubsy as Ringo. Instead, I know who John actually is. Sorry, it's kicks Dr. Machino's butt. You see, Smarmy, like crappy faux environmentalist message that's not actually an environmentalist message. He's kind of gross and awful, and he's no longer with us.
Where does that leave Gex?
Gex, I think, is probably maybe what is it? For some reason, I'm blanking on the third guy. Not
George Harrison. There's George.
Yes, George. Yeah, there is. Sorry. Yeah. He's George. I think that all of his kind of weird style and bad writing by a Simpsons writer, because they got someone from The Simpsons to write those Gex games. I think all of that just hides the fact that he's just sort of nebbishy.
I can see it. Okay. Colin, you can...
And it's in... wait. What? It's...
Oh, I got what?
Oh, the song is up.
Tomodachi Life, I think.
Oh, nice! Woo-hoo! Also, I know that I know how to cast Jazz Jackrabbit.
Okay. More like Pete Wurst. Sorry. that never gets old to say. That is something I will say.
Who's the dinosaur? Like the Radical Rex? That's, I think, Paul.
I think we should just do an entire discussion on casting different video game characters.
Characters as different musicians?
Yes. Today's music
is Jim Crochet. Or is that how you say his name? I'm not actually sure.
I said Croce, but I could completely be wrong because,
he in fact got a name.
People are complaining in the chat that it's a bop song, and I'm just like, it actually doesn't sound too bad.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to this song.
Good thing it doesn't say Bloody Tears and Monster.
Would it be weird if you just clicked on it and it's just playing I don't know, the main theme from Tekken 3 or something, and you're like, Sakurai, What you doing?
I also...
This is very upbeat, guys.
How good was that Pokemon remix? Like, I feel like a lot of the remixes we were getting until last week were kind of a little less engaging, and then the Steven theme was just like, wow, that's really good.
I don't know. I really dug the Happy Home Designer remix because it was really a more high energy, a little bit rocking sort of number for Animal Crossing, which you don't get a lot of. I've liked a lot of them. Mega Man was a great medley. The Brinstar Depths. Vega stage, we keep forgetting. I feel like when people are talking about, we're not going to get Kenners and Echo, we don't even have Street Fighter doesn't get anything. Street Fighter, I think, has 36 songs this time, so they're definitely upping that franchise. Yeah.
Dang.
Street Fighter has 36 songs. However, don't just again to do the whole praise for the worst thing. Just remember that would mean that they could have all of the themes of Street Fighter 2 Turbo 3 times, the way they did in Smash for Wii U.
Oh boy! Please no.
That is interesting.
That is a possibility.
Yeah.
I just want, like, as much as I want to hear the Dudley's theme, or like the Volcanic Rim stage. Do keep that in mind. Oh, and China Vo.
And Guile's name.
Somebody said that they removed the new banner from Isabelle.
Oh no!
So maybe they're getting ready to reveal a new character. Although I don't remember her having that new banner, but I'm sure you're right. I don't think you're lying to me. So
let's see if they still, maybe it has to do with the cache or something. Because Isabelle to me still has the new banner. At least they have the new banner on the fighters still. But I don't know.
Tamagotchi Life does have its own logo, but is that just a logo they use? Right?
They got rid of the new banner for the fighters.
Interesting. Yeah, guys, I think we're gonna get some news. I think we're gonna get some news soon, huh?
I'm gonna put my bets towards next week. My opinion.
Yeah, I'll go in there. It'd be a nice date. Let's see. Yeah, maybe the 10th. That guy that kept saying the 10th. I mean, he's right. We had 8-8. Now we're gonna have 10-10.
It's turning, all of which, of course, proves that the final character will be character.
The final character will be. Don't leave us hanging, man.
Oh, I don't know. Let's just say the Dovahkiin, because after all, as we all know, that was what
really, Colin?
Really? But they can't anymore now that the year number has gone up, because they did 666 and then 111111.
Huh. I think there's a subtle hint that it might be Paul McCartney. Clearly, Glover has 5 digits, and people have 2 hands, which is 2 Glovers, which is 10. So it's Glover.
It makes me just suggest. I don't think this is actually going to be real, but I have one theory as to how the box theory could be work, and there may be one final character beyond those 2. Because the final character is Master Hand.
She's on the back.
It's
just a giant Steve from Minecraft on the back of the box.
I mean, honestly, like, you could probably make it work. It'd just be incredibly awkward.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, why would you design it around that? And you could put characters on the back, but that would still mean no new echoes unless they're echoes of the new characters.
Oh my gosh! What if they on the back show Smash Brothers Ultimate, the full cast, and then have like featuring Dante from Devil May Cry?
guys, the last character is Super Smash Brothers Melee. It's just a copy of Melee. Melee's OP, guys. I think on that note, we should probably wrap this up so I can go do the stuff I need to do.
Yep, as in play Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 11. I've played.
Hey, 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Math. Yeah. Smash Math. That's all for Smash Math today.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Smash Math with Spazzy. And Smash Math. Smash Mouth?
No.
All-Star.
Shrek? Get that out of here.
Bye, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed Bootleg Japan time.
Yeah. Gex for Smash!
Well, peace.
Paul McCartney for Smash.